Um, excuse me. Obviously, tough loss. But the biggest thing is the challenge for our guys was how hard we were going to compete today. And I thought our guys competed at a really, really high level. And I thought individually some guys did some really good things. You know, Jaden Walker, 14 rebounds. I think George Conn over the last 3 games has really competed a lot better. But we did a lot of good things. I mean, we're up 24-18. Is that 24-18 to 30-24? That kind of, was a big 12-0 run for them between halves. But if you told me that we're going to hold Kansas to 64 points, well, I'd have been extremely, extremely pleased and knew we'd have a great chance to win. But obviously, too many turnovers and too many tough possessions. But they're terrific defensively, and obviously was a cause to a lot of that. But extremely proud of our effort today. Thought we really, really competed the right way. Questions?
Yeah, Steve, it's Randy. For 31 and a half minutes, 32 minutes, whatever it was, you guys were right there.
Yep.
And then the same thing that's happened in some other games down the stretch, the other, your opponent took control. What's going on down the stretch of those games, Steve?
It's probably, you could pinpoint a couple things. I thought there was some stretches where there was a couple missed shots, long shots, 50-50 balls where, in that little stretch where they kind of extended the lead a little bit more, they got it. And then we had some opportunities to where I think, the ball died or, we didn't execute the right way or, maybe you get a tough, we run one action, we get a great look, great open call, you get an illegal screen, just different execution. But it's about execution on both ends down the stretch there. And, to tell you exactly today what happened, got to go look at the tape, to really pinpoint everything. But, we outshot them from the free throw line. We out-rebounded them. I think turnover was obviously a big piece today. And, but they make you play that way. I mean, they're very, very aggressive, and they're very, very physical.
Thanks, Steve.
Yep.
Hi, Coach. I was wondering, you brought up defense. Do you feel that first half defense that your team played was the best, defense they played all year?
Yeah, there's no question about it. And they probably missed some open shots, but that's basketball. A lot of miss game. A lot of times, to where they made a 3 on one end, we missed a wide open 3 on our end. That's just part of it. But there's no question. If we could bottle that up, we'd be, 5-6 or 4-7, in the league. I thought we played with a lot of pride and a lot of grit in that first half. That first 20 minutes, I thought we competed the right way and really, really got into them and made them uncomfortable. And I was proud for that. We just couldn't offensively, too many tough decisions. We made, too many poor decisions to where we weren't really be able to extend the lead. But still a lot of good things, a lot of positives from the day, especially on the defensive end.
How do you bottle that up, as you said?
Our character was really good, so we just got to talk about it. We talked about it. We emphasized it after the game. I think it's really important to, understand, we got our full roster going to Oklahoma State on Tuesday. I think that's huge. And so we just got to stay committed to it. I think that's the hardest part with this group just because of, whether it's, you could name 100 different things, but just challenging them to compete. That's at the end of the day. If we do that, I can live with the results. I can live with the results today. Offensively, we just weren't good enough. But defensively, without question, you hold Kansas to 35% shooting, only have them shoot 12 free throws. You did some good things. We just offensively, weren't good enough.
Steve, going off a lot of your points you just made there about the first half, how just frustrating is it knowing that, like you mentioned, you were holding them to pretty low shooting numbers and doing well on the defensive end, and yet the game was tied at halftime, and then, like you mentioned, they come out of the half and kind of open things up. How frustrating was seeing that, knowing your guys showed a lot more fight than like you mentioned?
Yeah, I think that first 5 minutes we just came out slow, even on both ends. Even our first possession we didn't execute the right way. You know, and I thought at the end of the half, in the first half, we had a couple possessions that went awry because we just didn't execute. And that's been one of our things all year. We have guys that have to play multiple positions, but you got to know that. But that it got away from us a little bit, but I thought we responded. I think we still got it back to, 37, 35, something like that. We just weren't able to sustain a pace and ball movement and, playing inside out, different things like that to get them on their heels. They're able to switch everything, and they've got great size at the basket, so it can make it tough at times.
I know obviously you probably got to look through film, what was the cause, do you think, just instant reaction of all those turnovers?
Decision making. I just think we just to play. We want to play with a great pace, but you don't want to play fast and not have a purpose. And I just think too many, possessions without a purpose. Too many possessions with maybe the wrong guys leading the break, and then just not flowing in anything. They make it tough on you. Obviously they're very good defensively, but out of the 23 turnovers, it's when you say unforced, obviously they have a lot to do with it. But about half of those are probably on us.
Go ahead. Steve, from your view, what's the distance from competing well, as you noted tonight, to winning games?
I don't think you can evaluate on that. I think you just got to evaluate on, can we compete like this? Because, I don't think anybody can question the way we competed for basically the whole night. I know we got beat to some 50-50 balls at times in the second half, and, it got away from us a little bit at the end. But especially in the first 20 minutes, we were terrific defensively. And they missed some shots that, they got good players that they're going to make at times. But I think it's to say, it'd probably be easier to say it like this. It's just the little things. You know what I mean? It's sustaining that defensive effort, but having a 12 turnover game. We have to be consistent in both areas.
Just when you say you can't evaluate it like that, what do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is you're saying that you're saying what is the difference? You know what I mean, between competing and winning? Is that was kind of the question?
How do you get from one to the next?
Yeah, I said in it from a standpoint of how I evaluate it would be, we were great defensively today. We have to sustain that defensive effort, but the turnovers, you can't have 23 turnovers. We got to get those 23 turnovers down to 12, 13, something in that area right there. That's going to give yourselves a chance. We only had 45 shots to their 67, but we had, 14 more turnovers than them, But I think we got to evaluate right now from our standpoint is, man, are we competing? From that standpoint, we competed the right way. All right, now we've got to, we got to figure out the turnover situation. But that's been something that's bit us all year a little bit, and they're a big cause of that.